Flesh Golem, all levels. That's a long cooldown, dude.
I'm a bit worried for Geek fam. I'm not gonna lie.
I am also worried, man, but they're going crazy with it. So, you know, some sportsmanship coming out from the teams here. Some have fun, some good lucks. Love to see it. The teams gonna clash here.
They won't be feeling the same wave as First Blood given over.
It will be silent.
Movement speed advantage. Just through 355. Without a doubt, he'll catch up to Tim's. And Blacklist might be forced to potentially fight around their high ground.
Force is going.
Some separation, but yeah, Force, he's going to chase him down. Still has a movement speed advantage to K up in a couple of seconds. And First Blood's going to be picked up for Mr. Force on the offlane, Undying.
Big. They get themselves a little bit of a start there, and that's what you want on the Undying, right? Getting a First Blood, getting some momentum, because this hero going up against the TA safe lane, it's not the best hero against TA. She does pretty well against melee heroes in general, being able to skill up Meld early and bully the low armor of Undying with only 2 base armor. He did buy a Ring of Protection, try and prepare himself for this, but still going to be a tough lane possibly.
Wonder, do you even need to consider about more armor? Like, I was even going to bring up, like, I don't know if this is like a Wraith Band lane or something for the Undying, but just because I'm trying to think of some other armor items in TA.
I mean, we could see that. Looks like he's going to go for bracers here to begin, but I would like to see face boots possibly on him.
Sure.
We'll see exactly what the post 3 build is going to be here for Undying, since I haven't seen it in a bit. Echo Saber used to be really good, and definitely an option now with Harpoon also being a thing to kind of pull. Actually, Harpoon is insane. I shouldn't say this on stream. Why am I talking? Harpoon is insane against TA. It's actually a very, very good counter to TA. Please don't buy Harpoon against me, but it's super good against her.
Can you explain why?
She's a hero that's very dependent on her positioning, and due to both side blades, but also due to her sort of volatile nature, where either she's kicking ass or she's just very quickly getting killed. And I have found in my testings and many games that Harpoon is very, very successful to bring her down.
Well, you've got definitely a Sven who's like wanting to go down that route, so we'll see how much farm Onet's able to get, because we said in game 1 that if Onet's PA was able to get to the stage where PA can 5v1, he definitely could have got the boys over the finish line. Unfortunately, we didn't see him get enough farm. How do we feel this game, though, about Onet Sven? Because without a doubt, this is his best hero. Throughout the qualifiers, he has looked incredible on the Sven, but can he do it once again for Geek Fam?
I think he's the best Sven that we've seen overall, not just his best hero, but I think comparing it to other Sven players, I think he knows exactly what to do. And so far, the lane is starting out nice for them. They're utilizing the Warlock in a good way and the bind. And as for the hero matchups, like I said, I think late game will be very comfortable. And yeah, he is the type of hero that you want to have to burst that Queen of Pain as well. A hero that can be pesky if you don't have someone to jump her. But Sven is extremely adept at that. And with the support of Venge, possibly chain stunning, I think he's in for a good time.
What about the kind of early to mid game though versus the TA? Because I thought Refraction was very good against like high bursty heroes that like the Sven in particular. So I know you mentioned like Sven's probably going to outscale, but how does the early to mid game look for like the carry to carry matchup?
Yeah, early to mid game is really great for TA. That's where they're going to rely more on having stuff like Warlock Fatal Bonds or Shadow Word even coming in to break the refractions, utilizing some of their other teammates. But if Sven is 1v1ing, he's not going to win against TA at all. So that's at least good, but I think this game is going to be a lot about executions, how you find initiations for these teams.
Okay. Well, mid lane looking pretty solid at the moment here for Cox. Like you were saying, we're not really getting too many Coddle cores and Coddle mid lanes for a big reason. And he's off to a fine start though versus Carl, who also I think this is probably top 3 of his best heroes, Queen of Pain. So he's on something very comfortable in the potential final game.
Yeah. It is a bit frustrating to be playing Queen and going up against a hero like Coddle though, because you can't really utilize the lane domination part of Queen against someone who just sits back and spams Illuminate. So he did put 2 points in Shadow Strike, which I think is a mistake here on Carl. He's not going to get too much value from it as Cox, you can see the way he's playing. He's just sitting too far back, out of range, and even if he does get close enough to Shadow Strike, he's not able to follow up right clicks.
Bottom lane, a lot of an aggression put onto Raven.
Yeah, Tombstone.
Let's go for Cuckoo instead.
Tombstone was last hit there as well, so a bit of gold using the meld to stay safe on Raven. But this is what we expect to see from an Undying lane as well. They want to play as in your face as possible. And with Soul Ring up as well, he's gonna decay spam non-stop in this lane. Decay and Wave of Terror is a really annoying combination, isn't it? Because you lower the HP from your opponents with the Decay, and then you come in with a Wave of Terror from long range to do damage.
See if they're going to be rewarded with that combo, though, to get some kills. Raven is currently struggling. Meanwhile, Cuckoo as well, still under sentry range. If it continued to run down to the south, maybe would have gotten away. Regardless, though, another kill picked up for the boys on Geek Fam. So this bottom lane's going well. Top lane as well. On its free farming, 23 and 4. I mean, still KP is also going untouched as well. But importantly, you do have both side lanes off to a great start for Geek Fam.
Yeah, and I think more importantly, like while the farm is pretty close, it's generally Olnit who's shoving the lane, pushing it all the way down, and that gives them time to try and do pulls. They do get a bit of damage on him here as they use their spells. Not gonna commit the Hex as well. Could have done maybe a little bit more.
What happened mid? Cox...
He must have overstepped. Yeah, he must have overstepped. 3 points in Shadow Strike now on Queen, but the fact that he TP'd base, I think Cox got a little bit too close and Coral punished him. I missed that as the action was happening mid and bottom, or mid and top and bottom.
Alright, very interesting. See... Of course, need to be looking at the rune control in the next kind of 40 seconds and how much emphasis we're going to get out of the supports as well to help secure this, because Carl is going to be able to play very active with the Queen of Pain, whereas the Coddle is a little bit more playing for his own game until the boots are travel. We
should really highlight that Queen has done a great job getting a lot of denies here against this Coddle. 17 denies. So while mid Coddle, has a lot of nuke potential, they did nerf the mid Coddle when we had the old null talismans giving spell amp.
Bottom. Oh, I mean, the instant
Scam is here.
Blacklist. And they're going to need a pretty big Sonic Wave, and that's all that it is to get it onto Raven. That'll help get the kill, and importantly, shutting down the Undying as well. So even though Scam rotates down, I mean, no value out of this Warlock, just the instant response out of Blacklist, bringing Tims along with Carl to mirror that movement.
That's 2 times that they commit the Tombstone and don't get anything for it, even losing the Tombstone both times, and this time even dying on the offlaner of Force. This is not what we want to have happen. When you pick Undying for the offlane, you want to at least dominate the lane, and you know that the hero doesn't scale great into the mid and late game compared to Dawn. I think Dawn is going to have a much bigger impact than the Undying as the game goes on.
This is an interesting rotation out of Cox. I mean, it's just Cuckoo.
Nothing is real.
No, just get a kill, but the movement speed of the Coddle, making use of it. 470 movement speed there. It just rushes down to bottom.
We have that Solar Guardian, though, importantly, coming up in a couple of minutes, and well, I should say a minute. We also have the Wisdom Room as well, so it looks like both sides are going to be able to secure that. Now KP with the potential of this global play to offset maybe some of that next dive attempt that Geek Fam will have down bottom.
Yeah, we see some jungling beginning here as well, not just from the Coddle, but also from the Sven, as well as, of course, TA over on her side. She's starting to work towards her Dragonlance here, gonna build up for the classic build. Dragonlance looks like he's gonna go for the Deso as well.
I want to take a fight down bottom, though. Salt already, they'll start with the Tornado. Cuckoo's going to step in so they can get the beacon. Really not required in the end with how much damage they were able to pump out at quick succession.
I love all the emphasis that Blacklist are putting bottom.
Sonic waves up. Cox has no TP. This is just going to be a solo kill for Carl. Oh, what a read for the Queen of Pain.
That is so huge, man. Getting the solo takedown, and now with the power rune spawning as well, gonna get his bottle refill, even a DD rune. The best possible rune for Queen here, as he now has the ability to kill people quite quickly with the power treads coming in as well. Bit of invasion here by the side of Blacklist. Going in and checking how the stacks are looking, as of course they're playing against the Sven and they have TA themselves, so Ancients can easily be stolen in this game.
I am still... Like, it feels like Geek Fam, the objective for them is to continue just forcing their attention onto bottom lane, but I don't think these kills get any easier now with trap set up and... Still, I mean, you have a lot of reaction plays out of the boys on Blacklist. Carl and Tim's TPing in. We've spoken about the Solar Guardian, so seems like Raven's going to be able to free farm.
They're going top. They're looking for a move.
Well,
going over on Olnit. Oh boy, they have Cuckoo here.
Position. He needs mass TPs and he needs them now. With the double damage rune on Carl, that should be able to offset, you know, having this Sonic Wave on cooldown, and in fact, Olnit will get no assistance. Boys are just going to watch him die inside their own jungle, and now this might be able to open up for them to put a little bit of pressure into the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, I don't think they would have time, even if they mass TP'd immediately, a little bit too far away from the tower to really assist him there. Cuckoo just walking in here might get caught out. Yeah, that's a lot of damage from the blast. He does go down, but again, it's just Cuckoo, right? You killed him 3 times now, but the only kills you have gotten are support kills. So far, Dawnbreaker hasn't died, Queen hasn't died, TA has not died a single time, and all of them are very happily progressing. TA even going for a slow here.
Force can't play this lane now. I mean, all the minus armor Raven's got, it's just level 1 in meld, but it does not matter. This Undying is not working for Geek Fam.
No, I have to say the Undying pick is absolutely crumbling right now. There's a reason we don't see it picked that much, or at all. You know, I haven't seen offlane Undying ever since the shard was removed from it, basically. I don't know what the game plan is now. You gotta build something, but I think it has to be something playing towards the idea of Sven carrying you, right? You can't play around the Undying anymore. So Undying just gonna go back and actually clear the Ancients for himself here, use the Tombstone to do so, together with the Fatal Bonds. They're team farming the Ancient here, getting some neutral items.
And some valuable experience from the supports as well. So you're about to have Swap to play with on Narman, Skem a little bit more away from his level 6, but we will see that Rock be a potential kind of counter initiation tool. But again, it's DICE supports and playing reactionary and Blacklist. Well, they're continuing to hunt Tims and Cuckoo, trying to get over towards the Coddle. Have these two got the damage though? Tim's no level in the finger, still only 5. Cox gets a pretty nice blast as well to repair some of the damage, so he's out.
CD on Blink here for Carl, not going to be able to close the distance anymore. Nice little use of the Tumbler's Toy though on Lion. Always nice to have that poor man's Blink. It's a fantastic neutral item for these initiators. This is going to look like top tower though, and I don't think that we're seeing really a mirroring of the movement yet. They're starting maybe to push bottom, but without Sven, it's kind of slow.
And then maybe smoke past the tower and get Raven. They do have a cliff ward. It's about to expire in 15 seconds, and already Blacklist are coming down, and Solar is back up as well.
Yeah, they know the protection is going to be there. This is without Sven.
Back into Tombstone, into the blast as well. They'll dealt with the refraction. Raven just shrugs off the initiation. The Rock will still come out with the Fatal Bonds as well. Cox is having a free fight currently on the Coddle, but he needs to go huge to turn the fight. A little bit more damage required to get the kill onto KP. That's where the Golem's able to come into play, but now Carl as well responds with his own TP. Won't have the damage to shut down Cox so he can escape, and it's a 2-for-1. I mean, you get the kill onto Raven, but is it worth it?
It's not really worth it, no. I mean, they lost top tower, tried to make this move bottom, and now not going to be able to get this tower either, as they, sure, bring down Raven, but honestly, being dead there, it didn't stifle his net worth that much. He respawns in good time to go and clear the Ancients and from the top part of the map as well.
What's Cuckoo up to? Thought he was maybe setting up, but places a ward.
Nice.
Meanwhile,
being a sneaky boy on Invoker all the time, we see Cox just preparing stacks here in the jungle. I think the game really has to be about stalling out and farming somehow for Geek Fam. I don't see them being able to make active moves. Meanwhile, Carl, though...
how with the long-range tornado, Sonic Wave at the ready if they feel it required. Swap away.
Damage reduction?
He'll live as a result of that. Even heals himself back up as well. Very nicely done from Nam, and just putting his body on the line to keep the mid laner alive.
That was a good save. not just the repositioning, but even the 30% damage reduction, keeping the Caudal alive through that. So at least, you know, Queen ulti used and you only lost the support, but still, we're not seeing anything positive happening for the side of Geek right now, and they even get these stacks stolen as they lose control of the area. The only thing they have going is the Sven is massive, but TA is right behind. He's 400 behind him, and like we mentioned, the Sven, he'll be strong later, and you need to survive until then. I don't know, man. The Undying and the Caudal, I'm just not on board with this. This is looking tough, man.
I must say, I'm quite impressed with Force's net worth. I think a lot of it comes off that Ancient stack. But for him having 4 deaths, his position in net worth is not the worst. I mean, he's higher than Cox, dude, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, actually. And the Decay does farm pretty damn good still. And like you said, the big Ancient stack helped him a little bit. But that's farm that your Sven could have had. You took away farm that would otherwise have gone to Ulnit. So they're having to use some stuff for him to fall back on. I don't think that was the idea to begin with. I think the plan was for Undying to win his lane. Because otherwise, why would you pick an Undying? We'll see them move now bottom.
And not under the cover of the smoke, though, but this is really the first time that Ulnit started to join with the team. They can respond if they want to, but in fact, Tim's just going to go through the rift, and Ulnit with the God Strength, they'll be able to get their first tower. We do see mid lane, though. Blacklist, of course, are already set up for another siege themselves.
No slouches, they're being very active on the map, and the moment they see people bottom, they go mid. So Witchblade build is complete on the Queen as well.
Force going to try and TP in to push them away from the objective. And well, the rest will be able to connect pretty shortly.
Here with a smoke.
Should be able to close the distance onto KP. He's got the pipe, but not going to mitigate any of the damage out of this Sven. Great movement out of Geek Fam. And now this tower as well is going to take a decent chunk of damage unless the boys on Blacklist want to respond.
Yeah, EMP not going to be that bothersome, as well as the Sven's mana can come back thanks to the Caudal. You can also give it to the Undying here, speeding up the Tombstone coming back. They do want to defend this, though. Not the easiest hold. They have the Queen ulti.
Oh, swap in. Cuckoo. A lot of burst potential, but Carl is going to be able to land the Sonic Wave, and now they'll try and turn to Sven as well. 2,400 health they have to go through.
Oh, boy.
Force is giving them a little bit of space. Skem will try and turn with the rock as well, but what a great Solar Guardian from KP. Dead in the middle. It means that Ulnit, there's no escape for this Sven. Stuck in no man's land. Raven's going to be able to hunt down the Undying as well. You lose the tower, but nonetheless, it is an incredibly well executed fight for Blacklist.
Blacklist are understanding the win condition here for Geek. They're just shutting down Ulnit. If you looked at that fight, I was looking from the Sven's point of view. He first of all got Queen ultied, pushed back by that. After that, he gets fingered. He was like half HP and he gets fingered. It didn't even damage him that much, but it's just the dumping everything onto him. And then Queen blinking in, enabling the Dawnbreaker to get a nice and deep connection onto him as well. I mean, he couldn't do anything. He got everything. The good old all ultis on me.
Okay, so I feel like we're going to see Blacklist be able to consider about Roche pretty shortly. Nothing has really changed with this TA hero. Like, still, early item timings are huge. I mean, what, Dragon Lens, Deso, Blink, maybe you can put BKB in there instead of the Dragon Lens, kind of change around. But Aegis is still huge, right, for the early game. So what can Geek Fam look to do? How do they need to play around early Roche in regards to maybe some items they need to pick up shortly, or how they want to try and control the map?
I think they need to be proactive, and meanwhile Cox might actually get dove here. Queen thinking about it, goes in.
Force reaction?
It's good damage, but not going to be able to continue the chase here. Just pushing him back. Yeah, so to play around Roche, I'm not sure they can contest it right now without the golems, so just push the lanes. Honestly, I don't think they're going to go top. We see Raven already setting up with the double meld hits. If you wanted to contest Roche, you already needed to have start making a smoke move over, so instead pushing mid and pushing bottom is the goal. But meanwhile, look at Tim's, man. He's just showing mid on his Lion, saying, you know, I'm here to get some experience.
So if you're going to give up Roche for free, then what does the next 5 minutes look like for Geek Fam? Is it just completely avoid the map and have Cox like playing inside the trees to try and blast down the side lanes?
If they get good wards for tower defense, then they could try to take a fight with the Golem. But right now, it's actually the other way. It's Blacklist having good vision, and Blacklist coming with a confrontational approach here. Invoker rushing in.
And look at the angle they're coming in as well from Blacklist on multiple fronts. They're going to be able to run straight.
Cox is dead.
Tim's jumping over the top, a quick and easy kill onto the Coddle. Now Geek Fam, they're going to have to split away down to the south. They do see Onan, I think, under the trap. He's got a BKB to work with. Oh no, he didn't. Oh, Tim's going to get in range. Just there in time with the Hex. Oh no, you couldn't lose another call like that.
Oh, that's so painful, man. Greedy to not want to spend. I mean, it is the 9-second BKB. It feels awful to have to use it just to TP out, but it would feel a lot better to be alive than dead. And they're gonna lose bottom tower just by the convenience of the fight happening there. TA says, okay, I'll take this. And these kills, they matter a lot, man. Getting some kills for TA builds up that Deso damage, getting her to be even stronger as well.
The map is going to continue to shrink now. You're just traps galore. When do you like to... Oh, yeah, dude, he's got Shard as well. Okay, so there you go. Raven's got Shard now to work with, which either is going to make it more difficult for Geek Fam to be able to get out on the map and farm.
Yeah, you get more traps, more vision, and you get the silence. The silence component, very, very crucial here, as it can prevent people from using their survivability. And even the increased vision on the traps is pretty damn neat for catching people.
Feels like we're needing some time for Olnut to be able to complete the blink, but a fight's going to break out without it. They got a great cliff ward, and Tim's in a position to pop the smoke. Dude, they're all grouped up. Geek Fam, they'll spot back Carl.
What a tornado!
Over the ages, though. So Carl protected thanks to Kuku's tornado, and they can just avoid the fight with a total.
He's out.
Use Geek Fam. Oh, they use God Strength as well. That is, that's way too many big abilities. This is a free tier 2 tower. They know it as well.
Again, could have BKB'd before that tornado to get the kill, but maybe he didn't want to do it because of the Aegis, knowing that, you know, we kill him once and then my BKB runs out and then we just lose the fight. So holding it, you know, understandable.
Gonna lose it. Dude, Gem's gonna be taken care of.
Oh no, they're going for it.
Oh, and they'll get it. They'll be rewarded. Sonic Wave even committed as well. Even KP's looking to stand straight on top of Scam. I mean, he gets the rock off. He's taken a while to die. But can they turn it around without the God Strength? The damage might be lacking, as now Carl can jump over the right side, get some separation. What's the call from Geek Fam? I don't even know where the gem went as well.
It's on Dawnbreaker. KP managed to steal it there, so nice pickup, and they're gonna back out. That was a successful theft, and just gonna get out of the area. Gonna chase down this Golem as well. TA, of course, one of the better heroes at getting Golem. Oh, he got Dragonlance. Yeah, nice neutral item to get for TA. Definitely the best tier 2. And now with the Dragonlance, Grove Bow, and the Psyblades, he's got everything here.
Is there any items TA considers going, like, deterring away from your common build when you're against the Sven carry, or is it still kind of the stock standard?
Oh, it's just a little bit more emphasis on actually building that Hurricane Pike. You can play without Hurricane Pike in some games, but when you play against Sven, you like getting more kites, not just for yourself, but sometimes you can even Hurricane Pike your support and make the Sven feel sad. So it's, you know, his build looks good here. I like the fact that he's not going BKB, by the way. It's not as good on TA anymore because you still take magic damage during BKB. Oh, bottom.
The bottom. He does have Numb and Bit. That's a short-range swap. Onit's still going to get his mana drain. They'll just try and blow up Narman, but...
Still on the Sven?
Still nearby. He got no distance away off the back of that protection from the Venge. They're starting to come on over, but it's not going to matter in the end. So a double kill for Blacklist. They are just continuing to sweep from top to bottom, getting whatever kills, whatever farm they'd hope for. I mean, Skem... I was going to say may die as well, but looks like he's narrowly going to escape. Kuku thinks otherwise, though. should be able to catch up to him. And it looks like KP is going to follow. Even Carl's nearby as well.
Setting it up.
All the way behind the tower. So just more gold, more experience going Blacklist way. And this is a 9,000 net worth lead with a lineup that you said wants to try and end pretty early before the late game, Sven comes online.
Make that 11, taking the Tormentor, and then maybe even the Undying is in trouble. Yeah, TA soloing the enemy Tormentor, getting the shard for the support Invoker. Oh, that's actually a huge shard, dude. He's got level 6 on that Wex, so the EMP now pulling people as well. Gonna be pretty nasty. And of course, more burn damage. It's 90% burn damage from the EMP instead of 50%. Now this is looking really grim, but I mean, it all comes back to the laning stage. You pick Undying, you pick Coddle. The idea is that you don't want to lose lanes, you want to win lanes, and they just didn't get ahead with these heroes. I think Blacklist have done a great job reacting to what Geek Fam are doing, and right now Geek Fam are just flailing. They're trying to stabilize the plane as it's going down, basically.
Yeah, this is not the Geek Fam that a lot of people have come to love so far throughout the qualifiers.
I mean, it's tough to see them in this position because they're a really fun team to follow. They do some exciting stuff, and even here, in elimination situation, going for the offlane Undying and the mid Coddle, you gotta respect the creativity. But their 5-man smoke going through the portal could maybe find KP here if they go left. They're going up a bit, not gonna connect with him there. They see Lion, gonna go for that.
But Tim's in a great spot to be able to get the blink away. A little bit too slow on the reaction though. They'll just have to feed him to the wolves. God strength used, 5-hero rotation, whereas everyone else is still farming on Blacklist.
Yeah, it's a lot of time invested for that one move, and you get what, one support? I mean, he's respawning in 35 seconds. You basically spend 35 seconds on 5 heroes to get the kill, so that was five-folds worth it in the eyes of Blacklist, I would say. Now with the full Shivas on the Queen as well, she's adding a lot of survivability against the Sven and the minus armor coming out. As well as mitigating healing. Big thing to mention, they're playing against Coddle, Warlock and Undying, so a lot of heal mechanics, and Queen now with the Shiva ready to reduce that.
Carl is huge, man. Second in net worth, 407 performance from him. Great game one, following up with an incredible second game as well. He might be the target. It's a difficult kill though.
It's tough to go on him. The TA is moving over a bit, thinking about joining, but at the same time, she's pushing for that tier 2 top, has the Blink and the Hurricane Pike, so very, very tough to catch her with the heroes you have on Geek. You don't have those strong lockdowns like a Lasso or Duel or something like that.
Is there any crazy one-more combo potential still for Geek Fam? At this stage, as actually we'll hold that because the scan is perfect from Blacklist. They are well aware of the current position set up from Geek Fam. They don't know who's here. They'll get a nice read though with the decay along with the blast.
Yeah, they keep getting some random vision with the TA trap behind them as well. Some people step over traps here and there. They have a pretty good intel on exactly who's or how many people are hovering this area, as nobody's showing the side lanes. I mean, the big play they can make here, gotta look through the lens of Copium. I mean, a big Sven stun with Fatal Bonds, they can do a lot of damage during the Chaotic Offering before people start dispelling or getting rid of the Fatal Bonds in some way. It's tough though. They need to have perfect vision of Blacklist, otherwise they can't get that initiation. So far, the way Blacklist are playing, they're not really grouping up enough to get initiated on. Dawnbreaker always ready to ult the end to save whoever gets caught.
And these goddamn traps are continuing to scout them out around this area. They're just even sending the Forge Spirits and being a nuisance. It's just, they have not left each other's side for 3 minutes now. I mean, this net worth lead, they don't care. I mean, Raven's free farming top back through the portal. Daedalus is about to be completed for him.
They've looked paralyzed. They're finally now going to make a move. They make a stab out. This has to be explosive, aggressive, and really quick. Otherwise, it's not going to work. They're just swinging in, going towards the Ancient. A little bit of hesitation up the high ground. And Blacklist, they are all holding formation together as well. This could be good though for Geek Fam if they manage to finally go over there and get the vision, but with the gem over on the side of Blacklist, It's tough to get into this area.
It's a very interesting angle for them. Smoke's going to expire pretty shortly with the trap set up.
Oh, the traps are going to reveal them soon.
Well, currently, are they going to have the damage to be able to blow him up before the reaction? Solar Guardian will come into play. Carl gets a blink over. And now everything was used to try and get the Queen of Pain kill, and they just didn't have the damage. Now Blacklist, they can respond, and they can just get out. Tombstone, God Strength, why do they even need to fight this?
Yeah, they don't hard commit, and that was everything used, everything expended on the side of Geek, so this is gonna free up. Roshan will respawn in 45 seconds, so Blacklist now comfortably can go for the next Aegis, and that will lead to a high ground push. I mean, you gotta respect the 5-man move. They had to make something happen, and the only way they win a fight is by getting the better initiation. They went for the best angle they could. TA now pushing top. Looking for the swap play on her, but it's pretty tough when she has Hurricane Pike and Blink.
I mean, they might all die if they go for the swap play.
Yeah, they don't have
bottom lane.
the tools.
I think they saw own it. They've got the trap to slow him down. It's going to run the other way. Tims might still catch up to him. They're going to cross paths. Sidesteps to Earthspike somehow. It's not going to matter in the end, though. No buyback here for Olnit.
So much damage with the ceremonial robe and the combinations coming in here. Just gonna go down, and him dead for a minute here. It's just gonna keep getting worse and worse. We see a 15k lead, but it's gonna be a lot more than that soon, as they're moving towards the Roche pit now, realizing it's up. They have the TA trap scouting it. And TA already starts it at 23 seconds. Gonna be easily able to kill it here before it goes down to bottom area as well. Having the Daedalus Queen helping out as well with the DPS. I mean, this feels hype for Blacklist, though. They're playing so much better as well in, you know, in this first and second game than I feel we have seen them play throughout the rest of the qualifiers. And they are hungry for revenge. You know, looking forward a little bit here as this game is looking kind of grim for Geek. I think Blacklist, they want a second chance at SMG, dude. You can see it in the way they're playing.
Yeah, no, they're just such a 9-day difference from their series versus SMG to this one now versus Geek fam. You know, some of those mistakes have been fixed. It's kind of a new look at some of their lineups, and just potentially 1-2 fights away of being able to book their ticket into the grand finals. In particular in game 1. Like this game 2, I honestly feel like Geek fam, they punched themselves in the face with their draft. I think they made it difficult here for them to win, even though I respect the creativity. As we see, maybe a bit of a fight here. Going for the mid tower siege, glyphing up the catapult. I mean, you've got Hex on clocks. I don't know how much that's going to come into play. At least it is another big item, though, so... Could secure kills on the Queen, right? You can't burst the TA that easily. She has the Aegis. She's not the target. She just got Lincolns, though, so it will be messy. But you are looking for what? Probably a swap back into the base, into instant Hex, into Onet's God Strength and blowing someone up. You got to be quick, though, because we've seen, I mean, KP, he's almost got Scepter as well. So that evasion plus heal bonus, they might not even have the damage without like a Daedalus on Onet. Yeah, I mean, the Colorado does have his own ways to break the Lincoln, so as long as he thinks about it, he could maybe combo it. It's gonna be hard to swap her, though, is the bigger issue. And also, nobody else needs to show. The TA can push on her own. Queen, a little bit of a target here. Oh no, they didn't check the Lincolns. They didn't realize he had it. The free 40 seconds now. Yeah, that's no swap. So Venge is basically not even really a hero at this point. That's the one purpose you want in a team fight for her to really contribute. 20 seconds cooldown. They're always ready to give her the Lotus as well. KP just standing nearby in case it's required. Yeah, EMP gonna burn a lot of the Undying's mana pool. Jumping from the left side on Tims. Clip on the Narman, a lot of damage. Narman's able to get some separation. Tornado will land. They want to try and jump in. Oh, they're stacked. They committed God Strength, dude. And Raven's going to be able to get the blink away. There's the Solar Guardian in response. It's a big Sonic Wave. Carl jumps in the back. backline and now repositions Force Stories away from the base, and Carl's not even done just yet as well. They're sending some blood in the water. One more fight is all they need, but the buyback's been lacking. Carl, celebratory jump onto the tier 4 tower.
That's the cheese.
Nice Lotus Orb given over to Carl. They're going to be able to reflect the Stormhammer. Tornado sets up onto 3. The spell casting is perfect. The team fight execution is even better. And that is why Blacklist will get a rematch against SMG in the grand final.